Hello, everybody. Scott Golden with Golden Opportunities Coaching here. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. We're approaching 500 subscribers. Would you help us get by sharing this video and also subscribing yourself if you're not already subscribed? That would be super helpful. Thank you in advance for your support. Today we're going to talk about habits and what they may say about a person. We all have different habits. Of course, a habit is a repeated thought, feeling, emotion, or action that is repeated both consciously and unconsciously. So we're on the same page as far as at least the definition of habits for this audio. And so I want to talk about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different habits that kind of can tell a lot about a person. The speed and pace and cadence with which they walk and carry themselves. So a person who walks quickly is more likely to be determined, more likely to be hyper-focused, more likely to be a completist. So that means they're very much set to be focused on big goals and may not be as detail-orientated. A person who tends to take, more time in walking and maybe even take smaller steps. These are individuals who are more about detail and taking a panoramic view of life and emotional states. This is also translated through how a person shakes hands, which obviously we can't do in a pandemic. But the people who are more likely to shake hands firmly are individuals who are interested in security and solid relationships. They're interested more in, having a solid foundation. People that shake hands lightly are more extroverted. They're more there for the moment. They're more there to have a good time, make sure people are comfortable and having a good time. So another thing that can factor into habits is people's online habits. If you are a person who sends, let's say, shorter emails, you're again more big picture focused. You're going to ask a direct question, hope for a direct answer. You're also going to be, if you send shorter emails, there is research that suggests you're more likely to respond to emails quickly because you don't want to, A, keep a person waiting, and B, you're more likely to have things in a streamlined way where you answer connections and connection requests for informations quickly so that you don't forget. You're focused on being concise and to the point, whereas if a person is longer emails, more emotion, they're more focused on making sure that the person feels comfortable. They also may be more prone to anxiety or being worried about upsetting a person. These are all just signs of how a person interacts, being an indicator of where they are emotionally. So a person who you can tell a lot about a person through their eating habits. So if a person eats quickly, they're more focused on accomplishment than they are enjoyment. And so a person who eats quickly is also more focused on how much they can fit into a day. In other words, time, and they may be objective based. I got 8 things done today. It doesn't matter if they're only done at 70% accuracy, at least I got them done. Whereas a person that eats slower is more about savoring the moment, more likely to think about gratitude. They may be more likely to focus on flavors of life and core relationships. The speed of eating also indicates how a person feels about their own level of security. A person who eats quickly may be going through some anxiety or panic because they feel like they have to make up for lost time and eating is unnecessary, where a person who is tending to eat slowly feels secure that they can get to whatever's next for them whenever they get there. The next is spending habits. People who save are more likely to think about where they want to be, whereas people who spend aggressively or very assertively or, sometimes recklessly, they're more concerned with how they want to feel. So if you watch a person who spends, a lot of money on fringe items, you can also kind of look at how they express emotions, and they may be more up and down, more varied, where a person who plans their purchases, tends to think before they react, tends to think before they express emotion, and that's just an interesting thing. Repetitive tics can be an indication of anxiety, but also um, the search for sense of belonging. So people that are on the like the ASD spectrum, and that if they have a tic that's consistent but not noticeable to most people, they're either looking for security of repetition. And I've got to grab my phone, so we'll be back in 1 second there. So there's a certain level for security search there too. The last one is handwriting. So people that have more sloppy handwriting are more fast thinkers, quick thinkers, or people who might have some degree of almost overload of information. People who have neater handwriting, tighter handwriting, less curves, and it's more in line are more, again, focused on detail, focused on making sure that they come across correctly, might even be more nervous or tending to be worried about how other people see them in a reasonably uncomfortable way. And I will close with that because my phone's ringing again. Till next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment.